Welcome back. We are not done with strings yet. We want to explore all the capabilities of strings. After this topic, we have two more topics left under strings. That is string formatting and string methods. Our topic for today is strings indexing and slicing. We will start with the indexing. Now, we can access part of a string by its index. What we mean by indexing is the position or location of a character in a string. Python starts its indexing from 0. So it means the first character in a string has an index of 0. The second character will have an index of 1 and so on. So let's check this by an example. If you have a variable called word equals hello, this means that hello has an index of 0 and then the index of E is 1. The index of the first L is 2. The index of the second L is 3. And then the index of the last character is 4. What this means is that always the last character has an index of the length of the string minus 1. What is the length of this string? 5. We can use the length function to check the length of a string. Let's see how we can do that. If we print, then the length, L-E-N, parenthesis, then we bring the variable name. So if we print this, we are getting 5. That means the length of this string is 5. But since we are starting our indexing from 0, it means the last character will have an index of 4. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you try to print the first character here by accessing its index, you will do something like this. Word, then you use square bracket to access or represent indexing in Python. Then the first character has an index of 0. So we will bring 0 here and then we close this. So if we print this, we are getting H. If we do 1 here, you get E. If you do 2 here, you get L. 3, you get another L. And then the last one, which is 4, will be O. The last character can also be accessed by negative indexing. That is, the last character can be accessed by an index of minus 1. So if we bring minus 1 here, let's print this below so that you can see it. And if we print this, we are getting another 0. What it means is that the second character can be accessed by minus 2, the third character minus 3, the fourth character, and then lastly, the first character. So what this tells us is that always the first character in a string can be indexed or accessed by 0 or negative of the length of the string. What was the length of the string? 5, right? And then we are able to access the first character with minus 5. So it means if we have another word, let's say word 2 equals Python, we can access the first character with 0 or negative of the length of the string. All right, so let's check this. Let's try to access the first character in Python, which is P. It will be 0. So if you print this, oops, you have to see something here. I wrote word here, which means the first variable that we initialized or declared. So I have to bring here 2 here so that we can access the new variable that we have. If I print this, I'm getting P. All right, let's check the length of this variable, word 2. So if we print this, we are getting 6. So what this means is that the first character in this string, which is P, can be accessed by 0 or minus 6. So if we print word 2, then we bring square bracket, minus 6, we are expecting P. So this is how we can access part of a string by its index. Now, if you remember when we were defining strings, in the introduction of strings, we said something about immutability of string. We said it means after you have declared a string, you can't change it. Although you can override the name of the variable. Let's say word 2 now is Python. All right, we can override Python and put another thing there as a value for the variable word 2. So that is, we can change it by updating it, but word 2, this word 2 and this word 2 will be quite different thing altogether. So if you say word 2 is now is 1, 2, 3, and if we try to print word 2, we will get 1, 2, 3. There is no way we can access word 2 as Python anymore unless we declare it again. So anytime that you try to change a string or part of a string, you get a new string altogether. So let's see, we said you can't also change parts of a string and allow it to represent the same variable again. So if we have, let's say, word as we declared above equals hello. Now we would like to write hello, but we made a mistake and write jello. So we want to change J to H. since we know indexing now, we would like to try to access the first character by its index. And what is the first character here? J. So the index will be 0. So if we do this word, then square bracket of 0, we know is J. If we print this, we are getting J. So what we want to do now is we want to change this first character to H. So if we try to do something like this, we will get an error. All right, let's print this and let's see. Type error. str object does not support item assignment. So what this means is once we declare a string, we can't change it unless you redefine or redeclare the variable all over again. You will see how we can fix this in string slicing. Let's look at one last thing under indexing before we move on to slicing. Let's copy this variable word2 and paste it here. Now if you try to access an index that is not in the range of the string, we will get an error. How many characters are here? 3. So it means the index will start from 0, 1, 2. So if you try to access 3, like index of 3, we will get an error. Let's see how this goes. So if you print word2 and then index of, let's say 3, the same mistake that I did before. So if you declare similar variables, make sure you check the name well. All right, we are accessing L from the word that we declare above. So I have to bring 2 here. And then if I print this, error, string index out of range. Okay, so always make sure that index that you are trying to access is in the range. So you can always make use of the len function to check the length of the string. And the last index will always be -1 of the length of the string. So let's end here. We will learn about string slicing in the next video. For now, you can practice string indexing with this example that I'm leaving. Try to access the index of the characters in this string. Bye bye. See you in the next video.